Hi guys, Whispering in the Wind 2007 here. Today's video is to do with rulings and what you can and can't do. So this is sort of, to help those who have less experience or those who do have more experience but might be unaware of certain cards and effects which can and can't activate at certain times. An example of this would be if you're playing Masked Heroes and you have Dark Law on the field. If you're going against a Tellarknight player, they cannot activate Satella Nova Alpha to a card or effect that you are trying to activate. And the reason why is because of Nova's cost says you have to send a face-up Tellarknight card to the graveyard. Whereas if you have a card like Dark Law on the field, it says that any card sent to the graveyard would be banished instead. And it sort of catches some people by surprise when you say this, but the reason why you can't activate Nova is because you can't send it to the graveyard, therefore its cost cannot be paid, and there's no chance of activating it. So Nova is useless if you're against cards like Dark Law. And this also applies if you're playing cards like Macrocosmos, cards like Dimensional Fissure or Banisher of the Radiance, then your opponent can't activate certain cards. Like they can't activate Honest, they can't activate Charge of the Light Brigade, Effect Veiler and Maxi. There are lots of cards that say they have to be sent. A card has to be sent to the graveyard as a cost to get their effect. So, when I first found this out, it was at a regional in Aylesbury. My friend Jack was playing Spellbooks against a Shaddoll player, and he controlled a face-up Dimensional Fissure, and I think he had High Priestess on the field, and his opponent tried to play Effect Veiler, and the judge said you can't actually do that because you can't pay the cost, because Effect Veiler says it has to be sent to the graveyard. And I felt that I learned something, really quite interesting that day. And it turned out a few people that I know weren't actually aware of that at first. And I was at the Brotherhood Open this past weekend. My friend Ollie was playing Masked Heroes, and he was actually in that situation regarding Nova. He had Dark Law on the field, and his opponent went to activate Nova, and he's like, you can't because you can't pay the cost. The judge confirmed it, and it helped Ollie win the game. And, he didn't get screwed out of it because of that. And it's if you're aware of certain things like that, that can be a massive help to you. And I wouldn't want anyone losing unfairly through not knowing that. And I saw it plenty of times with Ollie. He played against a Lightsworn player, he tried to activate a Maxi. He's like, you can't because you can't pay the cost. So he was very thankful for me letting him know that before the tournament. And it stopped him getting screwed out of games potentially, and he ended up winning because he knew what the rules were regarding certain cards whilst he had Dark Law on the field. So that will do for today's video. Hopefully I'll do more videos like this in future. And if you have, maybe you know something that other people might not be aware of. So if you post your suggestions in the comments below, and I'll try my best to explain to other people maybe. But for now, that's today's video. So this is Whispering in the Wind 2007 signing out.